This is a great day for all of us.
Everything I could tell me, it's a great move for the country and a community.
I think this is going to give everybody a peace of mind to say, okay, you know what, U.S. Steel and Nippon's going to be here. This mill is going to be an asset to the community.
Players in the Mon Valley are celebrating a done deal tonight after months of uncertainty. The sale of U.S. Steel to Japan-based Nippon Steel has been finalized. It comes with a promise that the company will keep its headquarters in Pittsburgh and invest billions in local mills. But not everyone is sold on the deal. KDKA's Ricky Sayer is live at the Edgar Thompson plant in Braddock with the new concerns people have now that we have details on the sale. Ricky.
Ken, in terms of recent opposition to this deal outside of the United Steelworkers International leadership, we haven't seen many loud voices, but those voices have been there. At a time, one of those voices was President Trump, who said he wanted investment, not foreign ownership. What we have today is what some might call a compromise. U.S. Steel is no longer U.S. owned.
I'm feeling good about this.
A Japanese company now owns 100% of the iconic Pittsburgh company.
They're going to bring their technology.
But while ownership falls to the Japanese, it's the American president who owns control over the company's ability to make an array of decisions as part of a golden share.
I'm not really happy with that.
Richard Tyke is the vice president of United Steelworkers Clarendon Local 1557.
The thing that scares us is when President Trump's term's over, what the next president's going to do, how he's going to control it. They're going to decide that U.S. Steel Mon Valley's putting off too much emissions and we shut down.
State Senator Jay Costa's district includes part of the Mon Valley. He told us elected leaders like himself have a role to play.
If you have a new president that comes in, it's our job to convey to them and convince them that it's important for the sustainability of this organization, this entity, and the investments that they need to make.
Costa told us he was skeptical about the deal at first, but came around after seeing a strong commitment from Nippon.
I feel good about the deal. I think it's encouraging for our region going forward.
The deal includes the creation of new jobs, a commitment to keep its headquarters in Pittsburgh, and what a U.S. Steel spokesperson says is a guarantee that there will be no cuts to steel production at the Mon Valley Works for at least 10 years.
I think those are all very positive things for our region.
Tyke said he would have preferred a scenario where Nippon only owns 49% of the company. But at the end of the day,
I talked to a lot of members and they said they don't care who signs our paycheck. We just want the investments and the job security.
A recipe that could keep the Mon Valley alive. So I spent much of the day on the phone working to get more details about this deal, and one of the things that I've gathered is that the U.S. government won't financially benefit from that golden share, but they also can't transfer it to someone else. And they can, in theory, also just decide to stop enforcing any control on U.S. Steel at any point. It's something to watch for down the line. Reporting live in Braddock, Ricky Sayer, KDKA-TV News.
All right, Ricky, thanks. And the United Steelworkers Union says it's still concerned about the deal, and leaders are pledging to hold Nippon accountable. In a statement to KDKA, International President David McCall says, "We will continue watching, holding Nippon to its commitments, and we will use the most powerful tool workers have against global corporations, collective bargaining." It goes on to say, "Our current agreement expires in September of 2026. And rest assured, if our job security, pensions, retiree health care, or other hard-earned benefits are threatened, we're ready to respond with the full strength and solidarity of our membership."